Hello there. Long time no see, right? It is so good to be back and hitting this live. I have had a great time. I've had a great trip, made new friends, but got to see a lot of our old ones too. And I'm just so excited to be home. I was excited to be home. Now I'm fairly disgusted with our society as a whole because, it's a lot of stuff that's happened this week. And I don't usually talk about it, but I'm gonna because there was a young woman that this dude just thought, oh, let me stand up and stab the hell out of her multiple times. Then I'll just leave her bleeding out, and all these people are just sitting there watching her flipping bleed out. The video is disgusting, not because of the possible gore, which I didn't see because I don't like gore, but I didn't see any, but because of the absolute zombie assholes that were on that car with her who just let her bleed out. They saw the son of a bitch get up and stab her, walk off the train, and not one person went to her aid. Not until she hit the floor dead. What does that say about our society? Can we really call ourselves humans at this point? Because I don't think so. Humans don't allow that to happen in a void, in a vacuum. There were men on that train who, if they weren't a bunch of wusses and cowards, could possibly have helped her. I know the man struck like a snake. He was fast. And if we're going to go on a rampage, we're going to go on one about those son of a gun judges that kept letting this idiot out. That is not what happens when you have somebody like that animal continuously showing up in a courtroom. Continuously. Every judge that let him go needs to be serving as much time as he does. I'm a political science major. I know that's not the way it works, but that's the way it freaking needs to work. And now we have a young man in his prime with a family that some idiot decided didn't need to go home to his family tonight. What is wrong with our society? Who is running it, making these decisions? I mean, we don't know who was running it for the last 4 years, right? So we don't know who to blame for that. But we know that these are learned behaviors by people who don't have guidance. They don't have intelligent, thoughtful people raising them. Maybe it's the latchkey syndrome. I don't know. I don't know why this is being perceived as okay. It was okay to kill Charlie Kirk because he's a freaking conservative and he talks to people about getting along together, about coming together and uniting. What a bad guy, right? I don't do politics on any of my shows. Y'all know that. I've done this show for 10 years and I've never been political. I am freaking political tonight, just for right now. But, we cannot live in a society when these things are allowed to occur. I still remember that I was the age that Jack Kennedy's son was when he watched that hearse go by him. I watched it with him, but I was watching on TV. We are a civilized society, or we're supposed to be. We hold ourselves up as a standard for other countries. Let's freaking act like it. If you see somebody doing bad things, you stop them. And if you're too scared to stop them, you get somebody to help you. If you see a young woman being murdered in front of your eyes, the murderer's off the train. Go freaking help her. Do something. We are a society of laws, and people have decided that that's not really a fun thing. We need to understand that that is an honorable thing. That girl was hurt. She was scared. She knew she was dying. She probably had a good idea anyway. And she was left alone by people sitting around her while she did it. We are not humans if we don't have a problem with that. So I'm done. We now return to the entertainment portion of the evening. So sorry about that, but I just came from the land of the freaking Vikings, okay? The Vikings and Robert the Bruce and so many great warriors, brutal, stood for what they believed in. They stood for what they believed in. There were some bad decisions made there too. There's a witches museum in Scotland that will educate you on the bad decisions they made, just like we did here. But young girls who are refugees who came here seeking a better life and came here the right way. She fled a country where she could have been, murdered in the street by a bomb, only to be murdered on a subway train by a monster that judges kept letting go so he would be free to do that to her. We're done here. I got to stop. But anyway, we do have entertainment. We really do. I have my friend Lori Dorsey with me. I know y'all are shocked that I'm going to be talking about Scotland with Lori Dorsey. And probably one day next week, we're going to have Rick with us too. He is in the air probably right now, wending his way back to California. So without further ado, I'm going to bring Lori on. Hey.
Hey, what's going on?
Yeah.
We're having fun.
Bit of a tear.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay.
So I was like, why is she not doing anything? So, well, I have to tell you that I included pictures from our ice floe.
Oh, good. Okay.
Night.
Yeah.
And I think that was the coolest thing that I've seen in a hot minute outside of, Scotland. But
Right.
and the mountains here. I like our mountains too. But it really, this was a astounding trip.
Oh, yeah.
And I think that something that really rocked my boat is that so many people wanted to help us. We're really making some great friends there.
Oh, yeah.
And they're so nice to us.
I know.
Wait till they get to know us, right?
Well,
But yeah, there's that.
There's that.
But, we started in Edinburgh, which is
Mm-hmm.
probably my favorite big city.
Oh, yeah.
I know I'm not going to get on anybody else's light rail ever.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's why I told you okay, for people that don't know, we just got back from 10 days, 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
2 weeks in Scotland.
Mm-hmm.
We had a freaking ball. We flew out of it. We always meet in Atlanta and fly out together.
Yeah.
And this year we had an adventure.
Yes, we did.
Our plane broke in the air.
In the air.
So we got a night in New York City.
Yeah.
And didn't ride the subway.
No,
did not ride the subway.
we
But
watched it.
we watched it. And the U.S. Open was in town, so the subway cars were clean. So
Yeah.
Lori was like, "There's no graffiti." I said, "The U.S. Open's in town." They scrubbed those babies for that.
Yeah.
But it
we did
was
get to see 9/11 Memorial.
the memorial.
Mhm.
And you had a special reason for wanting to do that. You want to tell people about it?
Yeah. When Shelley and I were doing our
Shelley Robertson in the Old
Robertson
Potting Jail.
Old Paulding Jail, yeah, we've been doing a 9/11 investigation. We had done it for like 4 years, and
Well, what prompted you to do that?
well, the Shelley said something to me. She said, "I wonder if they know about the tragedy." And she said, "I want to do an investigation to see if they do." So on 9/11, the first year, we got no response. It was like they were gone. Everybody was gone. And so, like, it was after midnight when we went upstairs and we could hear trains clacking down the thing. You hear talking through her portal box.
Which
Well,
is
anyway,
fantastic, by the way.
yeah. And so we finally got some responses. They were just coming back. So Shelley said, next year, let's do it the day before and see if we can, since we know they're all on a train, to find out if, when are they leaving, what is going on. And we got some response, but it was after midnight again, and we got them coming back. You could hear them, and we would ask questions, and we were getting responses like, she gave her name, and we heard a baby cry. So Shelley wrote the name down, and she went through the list of the people that died, and there was the lady's name, first name, and infant child died in the 9/11 tragedy.
Yeah.
And so when I went there, I contacted Shelley when we were standing there. I said, what was her name? And she gave me the first name, and we walked all around, and I found it.
We didn't have to. It was on the first wall we were on.
Yeah, it was right there.
Which was so bizarre. It was right by where we walked up to.
Yeah. So
I don't know how you found it that fast, though.
Yeah, I was surprised, and I took a picture of it and sent it to her. And Shelley says, "That's it. That's the name." I said, "Okay." I got a picture of it, so I wanted to make sure, because Shelley and I was in a process of writing that book, and I thought that would be,
Well, you need that picture for the book.
Right.
Because it's documentation.
Yeah. That the name that came across the portal box and the baby crying.
Yeah.
So, yeah. And I think, I know this may sound weird, but I think that's the reason why we got diverted.
I think so, too. Well, and just so people know, we were already over the Atlantic.
Yes.
And we had to go back. Our computers quit working on the plane. They didn't know where we were or what was around us, which is always a great way to go into New York City through JFK.
Yeah.
Right. But they never told us if they declared an emergency, but I'm pretty sure they had to.
Oh, yeah.
But, it was
the first
of the adventures. We always have adventures, but I think that it was because the odds of us having time on a flight delay to grab a cab over into Manhattan from Queens and go down to the memorial and then find the name
right off the bat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Plenty of time to go get your, shepherd's pie.
Yes. And
So
that was excellent too.
that was excellent.
Irish pub. That was good.
And,
Yum.
so that's how our trip started.
Yeah.
Was with an emergency landing at JFK.
Yeah.
And,
Well, at
there we
least
go.
it was at the beginning of the trip instead of the end of the trip, like it was the last time.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
David was like,
yeah,
really?
I'm just glad we had a hotel room this time because the last time we had to sit up in the airport at Amsterdam. So this is
For
much.
12 hours.
Yeah.
Actually, it was more than 12 hours. It was closer to 18.
Yeah.
But it was a bear.
Yeah.
And they ran out of hotel rooms, which is why we spent the night in an airport.
Yeah.
A tiny airport with
Teeny.
the whole European air system had gone down.
Yeah.
And they took off from Edinburgh.
Yeah. And
so
they
their
should
plane
have
wouldn't be
stayed.
late.
Yeah. And they should have stayed. Because we knew where we could go if we went to Edinburgh, if we were still there.
Sure.
We knew exactly where we could go. So it was like, oh, man. Yeah. But everything happens for a reason.
I still don't see the reason for that. That was terrible.
Yeah.
But I did learn, if you're ever stuck in Amsterdam, go find the clock.
Yeah.
Trust me on that. Just go find the clock.
Yeah.
And I had 20 minutes in Paris. So,
that's true.
running my ass through the airport, but
Yep.
20 minutes in Paris.
I had a nonstop
I beat
to
those
Detroit.
kids.
Mm-hmm.
I beat those kids. I never saw them on the plane.
Well,
and they were like, we'll help the little old lady. Well, the little old lady left them in the dirt.
Yeah, I was going to say.
That was hilarious.
Left them in the dust. But yeah.
They were so sweet. But they should have moved faster.
But yeah, I mean, it was a good, I mean, the flight when we finally got there was okay. We didn't have any issues,
Well, we had our share already.
Yeah. And I did go to sleep for a little while because we left at 8:30 or something the next night, like 8:30, 7:30, 8:30, something like that.
We lost 2 days of our vacay. That's okay.
Yep. Yeah. But we got there and away we went.
Well, the plus side is that all we had was our carry-ons because we couldn't get our luggage.
I know.
So we weren't dragging, luggage all over Manhattan. So it worked out. Yeah.
It was good.
It was.
But we got going and everything went fairly well till the end.
It did. But the funny thing was at the end, they weren't going to fly over the Atlantic. We went, and y'all are going to see pictures because I saw my first ever glaciers.
Mm-hmm.
And the suckers are big.
Yeah.
And then ice mountains.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, you showed it to me because you had the window seat.
Mm-hmm.
And I was watching, I don't know, movies and everything else.
Yeah. Well, if you had been in the window seat, we would never have seen them because you don't open the window.
No.
I opened the window.
I know. And that was fine. I mean, it was really cool.
That's what I'm going to do. We travel enough together.
Oh, yeah.
Which is why you always put me in the window seat. Plus your legs are longer.
Yeah. And I can stick my legs out in the aisle.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
Until the carts come through.
Yeah.
Yikes.
Yeah.
But, I think that we were so blessed through this trip because our plane didn't crash. We actually got into JFK. So that was good.
That was a good.
And, I'll take that.
Yeah.
And we did have a bed. So it was, Yeah. We were in Queens. That was unusual for me. But it was really cool because like I'm telling you about those cemeteries there.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, this is the best cemetery place ever because they have tons of graves through there.
Oh yeah.
Big cemeteries.
Oh yeah.
But I would love to take equipment in there someday.
Oh yeah.
But because that's the part of Alyssa started in Brooklyn and then moved to Queens. So there was that.
Mm-hmm.
But once we got there, we had a whole day. Did we even get a night in Edinburgh? I don't even remember.
Yeah, we spent the night.
Did we get we got a night.
Tuesday night, and then we got up Wednesday morning and took the train to St. Andrews.
Da-da-da-da.
Yeah,
Yes.
we took the train. Well, we took the cab, then the train.
Yeah.
St. Andrews, and then took the cab from the train to the college or the university.
Yeah.
And got set up.
And I had the best time in St. Andrews. That was it. And it was enough time to actually get to do all the things.
Yeah, we got got to walk around the old golf cart or the old golf course around the cart.
Of course.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
That was hilarious and fun. Especially when we realized that, there's a bathroom in the middle. We don't have to go back. We can pee here.
We can go here.
And then people were still swinging, shooting balls at it.
Oh, yeah.
So, because it was right on the other side of a hole. Mm-hmm. But, what I thought was fun, I'm going to go ahead because we actually went through a lot. But this is a picture I took. That's St. Andrew's Cathedral.
Yeah.
And that was so much fun because we walked all over the place. And, I'm trying to find, I'm going to have to go to the specs. But I thought I had a ton of.
That day we walked 9 miles.
We did walk 9 miles. But we have always walked a lot when we're there. We absolutely enjoy that.
Poor Rick.
Here we go. What?
Poor Rick.
Rick is getting a knee replacement in October.
Yes.
And he is counting down the days. I am not kidding, because this poor man is bone on bone. Yeah. And Lori and I both walk a lot. So, and we always walk when we go to Scotland. Mm-hmm. I am not insensitive to my friend's pain. Yeah, we did 55 miles while we were there. Mm-hmm. And Rick, because Rick and my husband have a deal. When I get on the plane, I am Rick's responsibility. And so when Rick puts me on the plane, I am back to David's responsibility, because Rick said, when you get home, tell David I said, tag, you're it. And I did that. And David said, he already texted me. So I'm like, okay. So, so it was pretty interesting. Mm-hmm. And I was really impressed with how much he was able to do with us, because I know it was hurting every step of the way.
Oh yeah, he was in constant pain. He's such a badass. He really is. Because he stayed with it. Mm-hmm. He absolutely stayed with it. Yeah, you were in front, I was in back. I was watching his gait, because there was a few times it scared me. Well, in all fairness, he didn't have much of a gait. No. And it was just really hard for him. Mm-hmm. And that is how strong of a person he is, that he was able to do that. And, I actually loaded a lot of our pictures from the thing, but I can't find that's the only one I see from St. Andrews. However, we moved on from St. Andrews, didn't we? Yep.
We went to, well,
Inverness.
before we go to Inverness, we
Went to Aberdeen.
went here.
Oh, yeah, Balgony. Yep.
And see where this says the most haunted castle in Scotland.
Yes.
Intruders will be haunted for life. I will stand by that. I will.
Mm-hmm.
Because this is Balcony. Isn't it gorgeous, y'all? Look at that. There's
Mm-hmm.
the outer wall. And over here, that's the Saltire. That is the Scottish flag.
Mm-hmm.
But that is where that little outer wall, if you come right over here, that area, that is where the Laird's workshop and the museum were. That's where we had those experiences last year.
Mm-hmm.
And it was pretty astounding. I'm not going to lie.
Well, we had good experience this year too.
We did. And I'm trying to find. I always share this picture, but oh my God, look at that.
Mm-hmm.
That's the hearth as you come into the great room. That's the main room as you enter.
Yep.
And when I first walked in and saw this, I was like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Well, because those were all real weapons.
Oh, yeah.
I'm just going to put out there, those are weapons. And then, got the little wood stove down there, coal stove probably.
Yeah.
And it's so much better. And then this is just a still, but this is when we were up in the Laird's quarters.
Mm-hmm.
And
up in the library. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. And there's Lori and Rick. That's Ryan O'Neill and Gregor. And I'm over in the shadow. But we got so much K2, and we got really good evidence.
Mm-hmm.
I felt like.
Oh, yeah.
And I just
my
think
SLS caught one. My SLS caught like a child sitting in the stool.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Quite
here beside Ryan.
Yep. And it was setting things off.
And for those that may not know, Ryan is a principal on Haunted Scotland, and Gregor is on there a whole lot too. Gregor is a brilliant, well, y'all have heard him here. He's a brilliant historian and author and tour guide. He is so good at what he does.
Mm-hmm.
And we're so lucky that they love us. So, and let us go and play with them.
Yes.
But, it was fun. And this, y'all have heard me talk about the doors, right? The Laird, the winters are long in Scotland, okay? So the Laird, he just, where did that go?
He carved the doors. They're beautiful.
Yeah, I just had one. And now I can't find it. Here it is. He carved that door.
Mm-hmm.
He also made his own casket, guys. He had his own casket sitting there ready for him.
Yep.
All they had to do was put the date on it.
Yep.
Which I found very strange, but that's how the mind works there.
Mm-hmm.
You take care of your business. You take care of what you want done.
Mm-hmm.
But if the doors look like this, can you imagine what that casket looked like?
Oh, I'm sure it was amazing.
Well, he was amazing.
Well, yeah, he was amazing. So, yeah. And he showed it again. So
he did.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's one thing that, you know, people that don't have personal paranormal experiences are always like, doesn't that freak you out? Well, no.
No.
Because that is, you know, that's his home.
Yeah.
And that's where people knew to find him. And, you know, last year when we were in that little museum area, it was right next to the workshop where he made these things, where he made his coffin. Yep. He did all of his personal work there.
Yep.
And, you know, it's something that really mattered to him. That area really mattered. It was his personal space.
Yep.
And I thought that was really cool.
Mm-hmm. I was tickled to
because I
death that
still,
he came back through.
yeah,
I wasn't sure, but he did. He came back, and
well,
even Lee said it was him.
yeah. I mean, he was not going to not come see Rick.
Right. Right.
I mean, those two guys, and I always talk about guy love or whatever,
Yeah.
you know, bros, but they have a lot in common. And I'm thinking the stubbornness probably was part of that too.
A little bit.
So
Just a
a
smidge.
little bit.
Yeah.
But this is in the chapel area, and
Yep.
that's Ryan, and
Yeah.
he's setting up his Frank's box, and we're getting ready to do all the things, and it was a good investigation in there.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah, because
what
we
did
got
you
a
get?
lot of
Did you feel?
response. Yeah, the response on the DR60,
Yes.
because he got quite a bit. Because we would ask questions. I wasn't planning on participating in their live thing,
Yeah.
and I mean, we got to go. I mean, we got to be in it, which was great.
Yeah.
But I wasn't prepared for questions or anything, so I was just shooting from the hip when this was all
Well,
taken.
but we had investigated in there. We kind of knew what was going to
Right.
be going on.
Yeah. And
But
we got responses on the DR60. I was surprised, especially when I asked the questions, because usually I don't get responses. It's more, Rick or,
yeah. Well, I
Greg.
think on the deer, I think that at Balgoni, there's always going to be answers for who asked the questions.
Hmm.
I I don't think that there's a prejudicial attitude there.
Right.
Some places there are.
Oh,
Some
yeah.
places you're not getting the input, you
Hmm.
know. But I think it's just so much fun.
Oh, yeah. We had a good time at Balgoni. I mean, it was nice because it was just us. There wasn't,
Yeah.
we didn't have a lot of interference with, you know,
There were
EVP
six.
because it was quiet.
Yeah, there were six of us.
Yeah. So it was, and we all know how to investigate. So when you do
Yeah.
a, you know, question and answer, you keep your mouth shut and you don't move around.
Hmm.
So it was nice. You know, it was a good time, and I'm glad we went.
Yes.
And I'm just
Well,
glad that
and thanks to them for coming to get us
oh
to
yeah,
go.
yeah. Thank
I mean,
goodness
that
for
was,
yeah,
if it wasn't for Gregor, we wouldn't have been able to.
yeah. That's true. We appreciate Greg more than you can imagine.
Well, and he's just such a good man.
Oh
I
yeah,
mean, because
and
listeners have seen him on here,
oh yeah, and his working
and
knowledge of Scotland is unmatched. You
well,
know,
especially Fife. I mean, all of Fife, not just St. Andrews.
right?
Although his St. Andrews tour that he gave us last year was off the chain.
Oh yeah, it was
He
that was
knows his stuff.
amazing. Yes, he does. That's why I
Yeah.
listen to him when he talks.
If you can understand him.
Yeah, there's times you have to really listen,
But it's
but
so funny because now that because Ryan had such a thick accent.
mm-hmm.
And since he was on television, Rick said that, now he has a television voice
Yes,
because he had to learn to enunciate so that
mm-hmm.
Americans could understand him.
Yeah,
And so
but he's
it
very good.
really is
Yeah,
obvious.
yeah, he's very
He's really
good.
worked hard on that.
Yeah, and he really does well. I mean, when I first met Ryan, I had a hard time understanding him, but now it's
I think.
it's much easier. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah,
Well, I'm sure, like I said, I'm sure they got somebody to help with that.
yeah. Slow him down.
And if he gets excited, I still have trouble.
Yeah, yeah,
But
yeah. That was fun, And
That
then when we
was
got
fun.
to go with them to what was it? Sterling Jail.
Sterling Jail.
Mm-hmm. That was
And I'm
pretty.
going to tell you, that was pretty. And somewhere here, I got Roslyn. I got icebergs. I got so much in Roslyn. Where is my Sterling?
But Sterling was more active than I thought it was going to be.
It was a lot more active.
Yeah.
You know, I've only been there, you know, when you were in the stockade, but one of the things that I saw that really got me was that the views from the tower.
Oh, when we went clear up to the top, it was beautiful.
Yeah.
And we got up there
And
before it started pouring down rain and the wind was blowing 100 miles an hour. But we got up
it
there
was
before
gold.
that. Yeah. And it was, you could see all of Sterling. You could see the castle. You could see all of it. It was pretty amazing.
And that castle is gorgeous
Oh,
because
yeah.
it's I would not have minded seeing those gardens again,
Mm-hmm.
but their gardens are brilliant.
Oh,
And the
yeah.
castle itself is gold.
Yeah.
Not necklace gold, but gold paint, which back then was very rare, hard to come by, and it was a status symbol to
Yeah.
have a gold something.
Mm-hmm.
So that makes it pretty cool too,
Mm-hmm.
because
It was pretty cool.
well, here is the tower. Well, the tower itself.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's looking up from
The road.
yeah, and so we were up at the very top up there,
Mm-hmm.
and that was magnificent. Not
Oh,
gonna
yeah.
lie.
Yeah. But we did have
And
activity more than I thought we were going to have.
yes, I didn't
Um,
expect there to be much either.
yeah, I wasn't expecting because we couldn't, the only floors we could investigate was the very top and the very first floor because
Mhm.
the other floors, the two in between, were rented out or were not
Yeah,
owned or
people they
something.
didn't. Yeah,
Yeah,
they were privately owned.
yeah,
Those floors,
those floors.
which I found interesting too.
Yeah,
But
but we had, that my SLS app picked up more than what I was thinking I was going to pick up. I really didn't figure I'd pick up anything, but
yeah,
there was, you know, there was something going on. There
there's
was,
always something going on. We just have to find it.
yeah. Well, I was
Yeah,
chasing something around with a K2 meter.
that was hilarious. You're like, I've got it. It's gone.
Yeah,
I'm
I got it
chasing it.
again.
It's
Wait a minute,
gone.
it's gone. Yeah, I
And
think we were
it
just
was
playing hide and
consistently
seek.
doing that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it was one of those things that it's just kind of like, is she really chasing that? Yeah, you were really chasing that.
I really was. I was surprised. I mean, I really, because I was getting, the thing that really surprised me, other than those cold spots I got with that
Right.
thing that was dancing around, which made no sense to me, was when I got that figure coming out of that door in the
Mm,
hallway.
yeah.
Something walked down just for a split second. I think I got it on camera, but it was the weirdest thing. It was like he walked right out of the door and walked down, and he was gone. It was like, wow, okay. Never happened again. And I got some K2
It's
hits.
because he was gone.
Yeah,
He walked
I got
away.
K2 hits on some of the equipment that was,
Hmm.
on the display cases, and then it was
Yeah.
gone. It was, like I said, I was chasing something or someone or, several things, people, because I would get nothing and then boom, it hit 5 lights. And then I would go back to the same spot, nothing. And then I'd go to a different part of it and I stick the K2 out and boom, 5 lights and then gone.
Yeah.
It I mean, it was crazy. It was crazy active more than I thought it would be. But
Well, I thought with that many people, there might not be, because a lot of times
hmm
they'll just kind of like hide when
yeah,
you have a big crowd.
yeah,
And also, I loved that that was their subscriber group.
yeah.
They are so, um, Scottish Paranormal is very professional.
hmm
And they do have a very active subscriber group
Oh yeah.
who participate in their investigations. They participate with their live streams, like if the guys are somewhere investigating.
hmm
And, you know, and I I've been a subscriber for a long time, and now I'm an official subscriber. So it was just like, I'm like, no, they take me everywhere. I'm not going to let them just give me, yeah, I'm subscribing. And so it's really very cool
Yeah.
because I get notifications when they're going live, and they are such good investigators. I've picked
Oh
up a
yeah.
lot of tips just watching them.
Oh yeah.
And, I just think that I think that was one of my favorite things
hmm
is to be with the subscriber group and get to spend time with them.
Yeah, they have
Because
pretty good
Louise
food.
Walker, they did have good food, but Louise Walker is somebody that I really admire a lot.
hmm
So it was great to see her too.
hmm
And I'm just I'm just so thrilled to have gotten to investigate with any of them. And I liked doing the mediumship psychic writing in the tower when
Yeah,
we
I
got a
saw that.
chance to
I
go up
I
there.
didn't participate because I was filming with my
Yeah.
SLS figures that were popping up all around the
Yeah.
room. So I didn't participate in that part.
Well,
Yeah.
actually, that was participating because you were documenting that spirits were in there.
Yeah, they
I
were up
think that's
there
important.
watching.
You were doing that.
Yeah,
They're
they kept
always watching.
they said they they I think they said something about, yeah, they're watching us. I said, yeah, they are. They're right up there.
Yeah. And
So
that was something that most groups don't
yeah,
actually have is a session like that.
yeah,
And I don't often tell people what my skill sets are,
right.
but people that share them tend to know that. Even because I don't go out and use them as a rule
Right.
unless I'm investigating or unless there's something needing me,
Mm-hmm.
then
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, well, okay, what do you want? But I get tickled because my friends who are mediums are always on,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm like, I don't want to be always. I like my downtime with my grands and stuff like that.
Yeah,
So,
I get it.
but it's really it was a learning experience.
Mm-hmm.
That whole jail was a learning experience.
Yeah, it was like I said, I was surprised, truthfully.
Yeah.
Uh, I wasn't expecting because the first time we were there, we really did. I didn't get much when I was there
Well,
the
Gina
first.
Neal got slapped,
Right, but she's the
and
only
that's
one that
what.
got anything.
Well,
Yeah.
but she is also one of the most laid back, nicest people,
Mm-hmm.
and it nailed her.
Mm-hmm.
She had the mark on her face and everything. It was raised, so it was
Mm-hmm.
actually a literal strike,
Right.
and that's it. Actually, that took me by surprise because that first trip that we were there was
Right.
so much negativity involved in
Yeah.
that business owner
Oh yeah.
and some of the other talent
Yeah.
that that I felt like something could have just been manifested by that, right?
Which probably would
Didn't
probably
hurt.
pretty accurate with that.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
Yeah.
it does.
Yeah.
And but when Gina was actually struck,
Yeah.
and it was in the room with the stock, the stocks, and
Mm-hmm.
I was just like, that's raised. You really should probably put ice on that, you know.
Yeah.
But it hurt. I mean, she was in
Hmm.
pain,
Oh yeah.
and it was it was a hard time for her
Hmm.
because you want the excitement from that happening, but you don't want what happens.
No.
You don't
Not.
want to walk around with a bruised up cheek for the rest of your whole trip.
Yeah.
But I thought that was a really good time.
Hmm. Yeah. I enjoyed it. It was a late night that night, but we got
Yeah,
up in time to go get breakfast. So.
we're always breakfast eaters. And for those that don't know, if you stay in the dormitories at St. Andrews University, you get breakfast with that,
Hmm. Yeah.
and they serve it till 10:30, and it's porridge and toast and eggs and beans and tomatoes and mushrooms and meats. Got to be
Fresh
careful with
fruit.
those meats.
Yes. The fresh
So
fruit. The fresh fruit is good, and the toast, the bread is
yeah,
excellent.
the bread is
Yogurt.
excellent.
Fresh fruit.
And if you are
Yogurt.
gluten free, you can eat European bread because they do not allow Monsanto in their fields.
Yeah.
We
And
should
I
buy a
ate.
clue from them.
I ate my weight in bread.
You did all the
I
way
did.
through town.
It
So
was
all the
so
way through
good.
Scotland.
Well, that and
Well,
cider.
it's good bread.
Hmm. That and
And
cider. Hard cider.
hard cider. So, and I mean, when we found that the first trip, you were so excited.
Oh yeah.
And now you're an
No, I
addict.
am. I tried different ones,
Yeah.
locally done ciders, and
Hmm.
I wanted something other than the apple, so they had the berry, and so the
Hmm.
berry's my favorite. So
It is.
it was really good, really good.
I'm shocked.
Yeah, I know. That and steak and ale pie, or steak,
And sticky pudding,
sticky
sticky
toffee
toffee
pudding.
pudding.
Yeah, it's hard to beat, but that creme brulee that
Yeah.
I had at Ivy,
Yeah.
that was pretty darn good.
Well, it looked like it, but you said it wasn't as good as the Tin Tops.
Well, the tin tops black or chocolate raspberry. I mean,
Hmm.
hello, yeah,
Hello.
yeah, chocolate
Yes.
raspberry. Hello. So, but it was good for original creme brulee. The Ivy's
Hmm.
was top notch. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
And I usually always get creme brulee, but it was our last night, and
So
I
you
was
got
like,
sticky toffee pudding.
I did, and it was my first time to ever order sticky toffee pudding. The whole time we've been going to Scotland, that's the only time I've ever ordered that, and
Hmm.
it was delicious.
It looked good.
So,
Yeah, it looked good.
well, you
But
notice I
after
wasn't
eating,
passing it around because it was
well,
good,
it was
but
good. I was
I
at
mean, I would have
I
if you
couldn't
wanted
eat
some.
anymore. There was
Yeah,
that steak was so good, and it was cooked perfectly. I couldn't eat it. Plus, I got the bread, the salted, um, crusted bread
sourdough.
with the dipping oil,
Hmm.
and the butter. It was so yummy, and I ate like it was my last meal.
Like there was no tomorrow.
Yes,
It was good.
it was good. It was yummy.
It was definitely worth it. And it's so funny because I had my physical this week. My my
Right.
go in and get the ticker checked and get all the other stuff checked, and I'm like,
Hmm.
uh oh, they're gonna weigh me. And I got there because my doctor is my friend too.
Right.
But I got there and I was like, hey, and he was like, so you got back? I was like, yeah. I said, I ate a lot of steak. He was like, really? I said,
Yeah.
and sticky toffee pudding.
Yeah.
And he was like, are you saying you don't want me to weigh you? I said, I'm saying just don't be shocked.
Well,
And
you
I was
got
shocked because it wasn't a big deal.
you
So,
got stopped coming back because you lost so
yeah.
much weight you didn't. at your picture.
That was so funny.
That was funny.
But yeah,
Yeah.
the passport machine would not read my picture. It's just like, come on
This
now.
isn't the same person.
And it was serious.
I know.
I mean,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm like, oh my God, how can you not know?
Yeah.
So, I mean, because they're supposed to be smart, but
Yeah.
not so much.
Yeah. That's for sure. But when we
But
got done at Sterling, we went back to St. Andrews. Yeah.
mhm.
Yeah, we went out.
That was our last night at St. Andrews because
No,
we
that
got
was our
back
first
and
night. That was our first night.
no. Yeah, it was.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
No, Balgony was our first night.
Yeah, Balgony was first. Sterling was our last.
Yeah, that's right.
Because we had to be up and get out and get the
Hit
the train.
hit the train
Get
and
to the train. Yeah.
and then go up to Aberdeen and then shoot over to Inverness.
You know, Rick was so funny because I don't get tired of seeing the same places, but I would like to add things. And one of the things that I told him when we were talking about this trip was,
Mm-hmm.
I want to go to Aberdeen.
Yeah.
And he was like, whatever. And so I'm like, no, I want to go to Aberdeen.
Yeah.
And again, he's like,
Yeah.
and I'm like, I want to see something new.
Yeah.
And he was like, what is there in Aberdeen? I said, we don't know. We've never been.
Yeah. There's
And
castles in
that
there.
was,
Yeah.
well,
But
I mean,
we did
there's a hotel
stop.
but there's a hotel like Salutations there.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of that kind of stuff because it's a bigger
Mm-hmm.
city than
Yeah.
Perth. But we
But
still
we
went
did
to
stop.
Aberdeen. We
We
did,
missed
and we had lunch.
Mm-hmm. We missed our connection and then got the next one. So
But it was so funny because I looked at him when we were on the train. I said, we're going to Aberdeen. And he was like, shut up.
yeah, I know. Just
But
be quiet.
well, but we did.
Yeah, we did.
And you know, it was nice because it was different countryside than we were used to.
Mm-hmm. And we were right along the shore all the way up
Yes.
to Aberdeen. It was really cool. We could see the ocean. It was amazing.
You know, that's actually billed as one of the best train rides in all of Scotland.
Mm-hmm. I can see why.
And I saw some places I wouldn't have mind stopping with my equipment too.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
But you know, that's one of the things that people don't realize, I think, and I didn't realize it, is that you have to work to get to some of the places. And I mean, because they're such rural areas.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you have Edinburgh and St. Andrews, which really isn't a big place, but it has a big school that matters to a lot of people.
Mm-hmm.
And then Perth is moderately sized, but it's still not big.
Right.
Kirkcaldy is smaller,
Mm-hmm.
still in Fife. But then Aberdeen was a big town.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, even Stirling is tiny compared to our towns.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And so, you know,
Well, just
it's
like
just,
when we were at St. Andrews, Lynn and Gary took us over to
oh my gosh,
Creel,
Creel.
which is a small like, fishing village thing, which was pretty cool. That was that, and it was only what 15 minutes outside of
Yeah.
St. Andrews, something
St.
like that.
Andrews. Yeah, it's just down the coast.
Yeah.
And this is their coastline.
Mm-hmm.
And this is one of the houses there.
Mm-hmm.
And on the, you know, looking straight in, it looks like normal windows. But if you come to the sides on that portico, they're church windows.
Mm-hmm.
The triangular church windows. And then this is another one of the houses there. And these houses are like from the 1600s.
Yep.
15 to 1600s.
Yep.
This is an old place.
Mm-hmm.
And
it was cool.
This is actually where there was a lot of surf. And I think that probably this is where you would be able to do your shelling and stuff.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, I got quite a few
And
shells and sea glass and pottery and all kinds of stuff.
you got a
All
lot of sea glass.
Yeah. I've never been able to find sea glass till then.
Well,
So
but now you're
was
going to
pretty
be on the
cool.
coast, so you're going to be able to.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
And then this is the view from the diner that we sat at.
Mm-hmm. The coffee shop.
And
Mm-hmm.
yeah, and that's all it was just a little coffee shop. But look at that view.
Oh, it was beautiful.
And we didn't even know that was there until Lynn was like, do y'all want to go to Creole? And I'm like, where? Yeah.
Yeah.
Because that is totally and look how green that water is. Looks like Destin.
Oh, yeah.
So pretty.
Mm-hmm. Had the best shortbread cookies.
You are a shortbread cookie person.
Yes. And it was good.
And then this was something that surprised me. And I asked Gary about it. This is Gary Knight over here on the right.
Yeah.
And his beautiful bride Lynn is who was taking the pictures of us. But as we were walking out, look at the flag that's flying on that tower.
Mm-hmm.
That is a Union Jack. That is a British flag. And very few places, although it is part of the UK, it is not known for flying a British flag. That should be the Saltire,
Mm-hmm.
the Scottish flag.
Mm-hmm.
And I asked Gary about it, and he said that this village is one that is it loyalists?
Yeah.
But, and I thought that was funky because I had not seen a British flag flying anywhere.
Yeah.
And then when we were in Inverness, I did see another one.
Yeah.
But that was funky.
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't know if you had seen that or not when we were there, but I wanted to show it to you. And just tell people that, sometimes this is the stuff that winds up being problems later.
Oh, yeah.
I've had problems about this.
Yes.
And then when we left St. Andrews, we went to Roslyn.
Well, after we left Inverness, then we went straight.
Inverness. You're right. Because I don't think I have any Inverness pictures in here.
Oh, really? You don't have any pictures of the bridge?
I got the castle.
Oh, okay.
I do have the bridge, but I also have the castle. I just have to find it.
We finally got to walk across the little bridge, the footbridge.
Yeah. But it's it blew my mind, really, that first time we went to Inverness, because it wasn't something I was expecting to be as absolutely breathtaking beautiful as it is.
Right.
And
Rick wanted to go back. He wanted to go back to that cemetery where he had that encounter with that.
Yeah.
I don't know.
The man in the grave.
Mm-hmm.
That he pissed off so bad.
Yeah. And it was difficult to get any readings off of it since they put all the towers right next to the graveyard.
Well, they put their Wi-Fi and their the city's communication systems.
Yeah.
Because the police station is right next to that cemetery.
Yeah. And it was pagan. It was pagan, the K2s. I mean, I couldn't believe it.
I was using my thermal, and that doesn't get affected as much.
Yeah.
But it was really interesting because I was getting small, like short people hits, not, not anything like,
yeah.
so.
Well, I got a few SLS hits,
Yeah,
especially on some of those graves. There was something standing up there dancing on it, you know.
yeah.
But
Well,
the other graveyard that we went to, I don't remember the name of the town. That other big Liam took us.
oh,
Because you
oh
lost
my gosh.
your rods came apart,
Yeah.
and I got a lot of SLS
Pull
footage there.
you. It pull you.
Yeah.
The house.
Well, that was that
That was in
that
the Highlands.
that was in the Highlands, but this graveyard that we went that Gary took us the first time, or not Gary, Liam.
Liam.
Yeah. Um,
Where was that?
I cannot remember. I can't remember.
Well,
Anyway,
he's
it
never
was
going
at.
to take us anywhere again because we
I
can't
know.
remember it.
Can't remember. I remember taking
So we're
pictures.
fired.
Yeah, I know. But that was an interesting graveyard. Definitely interesting because you
Yeah.
were getting activity with your rods, and I
Mm-hmm.
was getting activity on the SLS. Rick was getting some activity with his K2. Yeah,
It was coming to me. That was
I'd have to look up
damn it.
pictures on my phone. The pictures on
Yeah.
my phone would have where it was at, but I don't. I can't. I'm using my phone to talk to you, so I can't do
That's
that.
okay. I'm not. I'm looking. Because the woman's name was Cynthia
Yeah,
that was in that grave. And I was like, hello,
yeah.
we're talking, we're talking, we're talking, we're talking. And then it just got, you know, I got pulled around to the side and it was like, you're done.
Mm-hmm.
My little nut. Oh, by the way, David brought some of those little nuts home for me yesterday.
Oh, good. Okay. Well, at
They're
least you.
not copper. They're not copper. They are silver,
Okay.
metal,
Mm-hmm. Stainless
but
steel. Yeah.
but but I had them, so I'll take that.
Yeah.
I'm trying to find the name of this town. Of
Yeah.
course, I have no eyes on my head, but
That was an interesting gravesite. Then that was the first day that he took us. He picked us up and took us,
mhm.
and that the second day we got to see that barracks, but that was closed, which kind of was crummy. But it was probably a blessing in disguise because Rick had no business trying to go up that hill, that incline.
No, there was no way that he should do that.
No, but it was a pretty cool place. I mean, I'm sure it's probably active, but because good Lord, you know, the
Well, there's no
history.
telling how many times that thing has been storm torched and
Oh, yeah. And that
was it
the other thing
Rutherford
I
Barracks?
found absolutely stunning was that bridge at 17. It was built in 1717. That
Yeah,
like round bridge that you took pictures of. That was.
yeah, but those are all on your phone.
Oh, I thought you transferred them to your phone.
I don't think I did. I was
Oh,
going to,
okay. I thought
but
you, because you had my phone, I figured you did it. If I
so
would have known that, I would have sent them to you.
that's all right. That is not the end of the world.
No, but it was pretty cool thing that's still standing. That you could walk across it if you wanted to. I
Well,
wouldn't.
and people do. I
Yeah,
wouldn't,
I
but
wouldn't.
people do.
Yeah, but
And the thing about it is that if that thing was in full spate, that would be dangerous.
Oh yeah. But it was that's when we were going up through the Highlands with Liam.
Yes.
And
And Highland Paranormal is part of the TAPS organization. They are a TAPS team.
yeah.
And
Mhm.
they're so cool. They are
Yeah.
some of the best people. I say that about all of our friends in Scotland, but it's only because it's true. Every group that we have worked with has been all about participating with us and
Mhm.
having us join them, and they like that.
Oh
We
yeah.
get so excited. And
And then he took us down that one road and stopped, and to see down through the valley and see Lake
yeah,
Marie. I mean, it took my breath. It was absolutely astounding.
yes.
It was beautiful. And then we
Well, we
stopped.
actually have that.
Yeah. Yeah, we've got a picture.
And
I'll probably blow that one up and put it on, frame it, because that was, it's, to me, it's what I think of, yeah, of the Highlands. That's exactly what I see is like that.
yeah.
It was amazing. And then when we got through there and went back up to, is it Garlock? Yeah, the
And
village.
this is the Scotland I've been looking for 3 years.
Yeah, and the Isle of Skye is in the distance.
Mm-hmm. Right back here.
Yeah, it was amazing. It was just, to me,
Astounding.
that's Highlands. This is the Highlands.
Well, and that little village right there
Mm-hmm.
with the way it just comes down the hill to the lock
Yeah.
is
Mm-hmm.
the way that I have always envisioned. Yeah, that's how every book that I've ever read described Highland living.
Mm-hmm.
And so I thought that was cool.
Oh yeah. And we stopped and we got pictures and looked around and everything, and then we jumped back in the car.
We
And
kept jumping
then,
back in cars.
oh, that was such, yeah. We did it though.
That's okay though.
Yeah, oh, yeah. And we went to the pool house, which was pretty amazing that day.
That
That,
was amazing.
yeah, that,
And
yeah.
no matter where we were dousing, we were getting stuff because,
Oh,
you know,
the history.
this is one of the rooms
Mm-hmm.
that's there because it's actually an inn.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's you with Barry, you
Yeah,
know, as we're in that bedroom.
yeah.
I
And
thought that was cool.
that little girl
Yeah.
came through. Um, I can't think of her name.
Oh,
It
darn it.
fell out of my head.
That was in that Titanic room.
Yeah, that was where the maid of the house came through,
Hmm.
and we found
And
out.
everybody was, yeah,
We
because
found out.
everybody was thinking that she was Morag, and she
Yeah,
wasn't.
no,
So she was Morai.
yeah, and she was
And
the original housekeeper.
yeah, and it was really cool because, you know, I'm keep the brides kept hugging me,
Yeah,
and I did not know what was up with that.
yeah,
And but then she gave me her real name through the box, and I'm like, oh well, there you go.
mm-hmm,
And that was one of the best dowsing sessions I've ever had.
mm-hmm.
And
It was in the
I
bathroom.
was using my I was using my new, yeah, but I was using my new rides that Liam had given me
Right,
because mine were not functioning anymore.
right.
So it's really weird how they insist on having that little nut on the end of them.
Mm-hmm.
But just kidding. But it was that session lasted a long time.
Oh yeah, because uh, I try to split it up so it wasn't one long video. It was like little short videos that you could,
Mhm.
you know, if you wanted to edit it down, you could, you know.
Mhm.
I tried to do like 3 minutes and then turn it off and then immediately turn it back on. So, you know, but it was pretty interesting. And Barry got pretty upset with the mail that came in that
Yeah.
was um
The man that owned that nursery on the other side of the lock.
he was she divorced him, the lady,
Hmm.
and he was, you know, as they put it over there, he was a cad, you know. Everybody
That's what
he
Barry
was a
called him.
yeah, they
That must
he
be a
was
really bad word.
evidently he was such a good, his public image, he was just perfect and everything was great and he was wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. And he was a cad because he was having an
Abusive
affair, you know,
and abusive.
and abusive to her until she had enough and she divorced him, kept the house, but she became, I think, wasn't it a recluse? She
Hmm.
didn't want to be out, you know. But yeah, it was pretty interesting. We had somebody looking out the window when we first got there.
We did, and that was so funny because Helen, who
Yeah,
had just come up from the Guernsey Isles,
yeah,
was walking in. She was like, "Tell me you see that." I was like, "The lady over there on the left, yeah." And she was like, "Okay."
yeah.
So, I mean,
You
because
saw her and she felt the energy. I
yeah,
I felt the energy, but I couldn't see anything.
well, I don't usually see, but she just showed herself to me,
Yeah.
and that does not happen real often.
Hmm. But the food was really
But
good.
the food's always really good.
Yeah.
Well,
We got
that's not always true. Okay, that's Scottish food. Sometimes it's different.
yeah. Well, yeah. But we did get to sit outside next to the water
Oh,
and
we
eat.
did indeed.
We did indeed. It was really good. I had soup and a
And
sandwich.
they had good soup.
It
And there
was.
we are with
Yep.
all of our friends.
Yep.
And that's Rick, obviously. And then the next is Liam
Yep.
and Barry
Yeah.
and me, you. And then that's Helen.
That's Helen. Yep.
And, this was really a fantastic group of people because they really, like Highland Paranormal and Scottish Paranormal and History and Horror Tours,
Yeah.
all of them want to share the beauty of their country.
Oh yeah.
They're so
And
proud of their
history.
country.
Hmm.
And if we can get hauntings along the way,
Oh yeah.
that's just extra bonus for them.
Hmm.
But and this is actually a small contingent from Highland because of the time that we were there.
Yeah.
Because people were ill, people were working, and they still, I mean, look how gorgeous that is.
Yeah.
And that's the view that was in front of us.
Yep.
I'm like, "Whoa, this is
Yeah.
gorgeous."
I know.
I became such a sap for Scottish views. And
Oh yeah.
it's Creole where we had gone with Lynn. That's also called Anstruther.
Yeah.
And I knew it by that name. I didn't necessarily know it by Creole,
Yeah.
but Creole is also in one of my books.
Yeah.
So
Well,
I do
Liam
read about
also
the
told you. Liam also told you about Croy.
yes, that there
'Cause
are two Croys,
yeah.
and but the one that is in the book I read is the one that's up there because they take the train into Aberdeen
Hmm.
and then come out of Aberdeen, coming back south to their home.
Yeah.
So that was pretty cool.
Hmm. It was. It was very informative. That's what I enjoy with when I go with any of the guys.
Yeah,
With
because they know
Haunted
everything. They know
Scotland or
everything about their area.
yeah, or the Highland Paranormal, Haunted Scotland, all those guys.
Mhm.
you have a question, they'll give you an answer. They'll tell you.
Yeah.
And like I said, their working knowledge of the history is top notch. You couldn't ask for more fact based
Right.
anything than those guys. Um,
We know Greg's written what, 23 books?
Something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of books.
Yeah. A lot. Well, Gary and Lynn, they know. Gary knows a lot. Well, so does Lynn, but
Yes.
Gary's very, very good too. I mean,
Well, he's also a tour guide. I mean,
yeah,
it seems like these people that are doing the tours, yeah, they have to have almost encyclopedic knowledge of the area they're in.
yeah,
And
because they
because
get questions and and they can answer them.
and Gary didn't carry around a notebook when he took us on that tour.
Mm-mm, nope, because he's
The other
been
tours
through
I've
that.
been on did.
Yeah, the pool house he knew all about. So they've been there before. And
Absolutely.
then where was the place that we went to? Where we went and ate, where I went shopping and found the Loch Ness stuff. That was a pretty cool place.
That
That
was, and this is the second one of those we've been to
mm-hmm.
over time
Yeah,
because it's so cool. It's like in the middle of nowhere,
yeah,
they decided to build this restaurant superstore. They had high-end clothing and shoes. They
mm-hmm.
had food, really good food in their restaurant. They
Yeah,
had like basics shopping
yeah. They had
and food.
kitchen supplies, they had clothing, they had just kind of almost about
Everything.
everything.
Like an
Souvenirs.
old general store,
Yeah, they had
but with
souvenirs,
higher
all
end.
kinds of souvenirs. They had coups, they had Christmas coups, they had
Yes.
it was it was I could have spent more time. You
Yeah,
know.
we were getting herded out of there.
Yeah.
Not by them,
No.
by our oh so patient leader.
Yeah. He was not having it.
Ready to go.
We need to go. We can't stay in here. But I did find my lock or Nessie
Hmm.
magnets in there. So
Yeah.
yeah, that was good. I'm glad I found that.
Well, it's really fun
Hmm.
because you never know when you're going to find stuff. And that store, I feel like that store was the way it was because it was in the middle of nowhere.
Hmm.
So it had to be, I mean, it's like a traveler's stop, but high end,
Yeah.
and their menu had just about everything.
Yeah. It was
Soup
crazy.
and sandwiches and salads and fruits and
Yeah.
energy drinks and
Hmm.
whatever you wanted to ingest, you're going to pretty much find it there.
Oh yeah. They had
Ice cream
yeah. The French onion soup was
was
top.
to die for.
Yeah, it was really good. That's what I had. That I had soup and a sandwich again, ham and
Mhm.
cheese. Yeah, it was ham and cheese. It was really yummy.
Yeah,
And some kind of a mayonnaise, horseradish mayonnaise stuff on it. And it was
yeah.
really
Your
good
face was funny about that.
because I wasn't expecting
You were
horseradish.
expecting mayonnaise. Yeah. Well,
Just
I
plain.
wouldn't really have expected that with ham
Mm-hmm.
either,
Mm-hmm.
but it was good.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah,
So
it was tasty.
you know, yeah, we pretty much ate our way through Scotland.
Yes, we
So,
did.
but we got so much farther north than we've ever gone before.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And I think it's really cool because, when we were at Creole with Lynn and Gary, that town is also known as Ennisthrether.
Mm-hmm.
which it's famous under that name.
Mm-hmm.
And so for the historic value.
Yeah.
And I could see that.
Mm-hmm.
It's right there on the 4th, on the river.
Yeah.
And, if you go down a little bit, you're in Edinburgh, which blew my mind.
Mm-hmm.
But because Gary was telling me, and I'm like, that's right there. He was like, yes, it is.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks for noticing, So that was fun.
Oh yeah.
But I just think that it was so cool to be with our friends.
Oh yeah.
But
I
then
always enjoyed being around them. We always have fun.
we weren't.
That's true.
And it's so funny because with the rails, and if you haven't been to Scotland,
Mm-hmm.
the Scots will tell you don't drive.
Oh yeah.
Not because you can't drive on the left side of the road, but because they themselves are such bad drivers.
Yeah.
And I had 3 of our friends tell me that's why I didn't want to get a car in Scotland.
Yeah.
And I could see that.
Yeah.
But not to mention the fact that our instinct is to go the opposite way of where we would need to if we were to have a problem. So I get that.
Yes.
But it was really funny because I read with Kyle last year. You read with Gregor,
Yeah.
with Rick, and y'all almost hit a deer.
Yes.
And Gregor went into mode.
Yeah.
Right.
He missed it. He I don't know how he missed it, but he missed it because it was right there. I thought, oh Lord, here we go.
Yeah. Was it a big deer?
Yeah.
Yeah, because we
It
just saw a
was-
little one coming back from
yeah.
Sterling.
It was. Yeah. It was. I just closed my eyes and think, oh please Lord, don't let it jump through the windshield.
Don't let it become one with me.
Yes. So,
Because
yeah.
they're a threat too. Well, something you fell asleep because Sterling, the jail was a long investigation with a lot of movement.
Yeah.
And so you were tired and you do sleep well.
Yeah.
So it was so funny because we're on the way back from there.
Yeah.
Going back to the room. And I'm just like, wow, there's a lot of stars out there.
Mm-hmm.
So we were on dark roads. The headlights were the only lights for days. So I was like, can I roll my window down and look at the stars? And Greg's like, I don't care what you do, lass. Make yourself happy. So I rolled the window down because I love looking at.
Oh, I know. Yeah.
So anyway, I leaned my head out and I was like, it's the Milky Way. Oh my God. I had never seen the Milky Way.
Right.
I had never seen it. And so I'm just like, whoa. So I came back because it was, pretty wet. And I didn't want to wake you up because you were so out. And I'm just like, I'm having fits. I'm just sitting there going,
oh my gosh. Yeah. I do recall vaguely when I heard the window go down and I thought, and I heard you say, oh my gosh, it's the Milky Way. I thought, oh, she's fine.
She's fine. But yeah, she was so fine. So it's, I had my window up and down, all the way back to the school. And it was so funny because, Rick is like,
what are you doing?
I was like, shush, it's the Milky Way. Leave me alone. I've never seen it.
Yeah.
So, and I always try to, but every place I live or have lived or go, there's so much light pollution. Mm-hmm. There's no freaking light at all in parts of Scotland.
Not at 3 o'clock
All
in
the
the
way
morning.
from
No.
Stirling to St. Andrews, there's no light.
Mm-mm.
So I'm just like, I eventually have my window down and I'm just leaning out looking.
Like a dog.
Yeah, pretty much. And except looking up instead of, looking for something to chase. But
Yeah.
and because I was just like, oh my gosh, look at this. Oh my gosh, there's this, there's that. I mean, all the gases, everything was
Hmm.
shining.
Yeah. You could
And
see it
and
all.
Greg just looked at me and grinned. And I was like, I've never seen this.
Yeah.
And he was like, glad you could. I'm like, me too.
Yeah. It's the
So
simple things.
it is the little things.
Hmm.
And, people laugh at me sometimes because I'm such a nerd for that. But it is the little things.
Hmm.
It's like I got to Frankie's ball game last night and Amelia's like, ah, Biba,
Yeah.
can I sit with you? Can I have a hug? Can I? I'm like, heck yeah, I'm
Yeah.
out of it.
Yeah.
But, because she's the only girl, so she is different. I am more geared towards a boy Biba
Hmm.
until now.
Yeah.
And she plays make believe and stuff. So, I don't know how I got off on that. But it's so easy to be happy,
Hmm.
you know,
Hmm.
and like when I got home and the hummingbirds were like, oh yay,
We're back.
definitely the regular birds were.
Yeah.
But you know, it's so easy to be happy and people don't always know that.
Well, just think about when we were sitting at the harbor in St. Andrews with an
Yeah.
ice cream bar. We were all three just like little kids.
We were in bliss.
Oh, it was amazing. And seeing
And
the grandpa and the little girl that had to help grandpa.
yeah,
And, it was really, it's just the simple things. It's the little things. And the dogs playing in the water and, you
yeah.
know, throwing the ball or got the stick and, I mean, we sat there for, what was it, a half an hour? We sat
Oh
there.
gosh. I lost track. People came and went.
Yeah. And
And
it was just like we're home. With us
because
three
we
sitting
were.
on the bench, it felt like we were home.
Yeah.
And it's just
And,
the little things like that, you know, which I enjoyed. And since we
well,
didn't rush around with St. Andrews, I mean, I soaked in St. Andrews like crazy because
yeah.
we didn't have to, we didn't have back to back to back to back investigations like
We
we
have
did.
had that before.
Yeah.
But
And I'm not, I'm not saying anything negative about it, but this trip was a lot, at least I knew where I was at.
that's true. And it's really funny because I said something similar to that to Lynn when they came to have lunch with us.
Hmm.
And I was like, your tour was fantastic,
Hmm.
but I do need to know what town I'm in when I go to bed. Because, I took the picture when we were at the Bankfoot Inn. I took the picture out of the window
Yeah.
so that I would at least know the name of where before we went to bed, because I knew I wouldn't think about it when we got up, so
Hmm.
that I would at least know where we had been.
Yeah. 'Cause-
And I don't know how she did it
Yeah.
because she was the one doing the driving
Hmm.
and having to go and get rest and then
Yeah.
come back and pick us up.
Yeah.
And Mikey was the only person that did an an investigation that night
Yeah. Well, I mean,
because the rest of us just went in there and died. I
yeah.
mean,
I lay down that bed and that was one of the
you were
most
gone.
beds. I was out because it was like, because if you've never done an investigation, an intense investigation, And especially
Multiple.
when you do them multiple times, there's what they
Night after night
call
after day after day.
paranormal hangover because
That's a real thing.
yeah, because it zaps your energy. And if you don't have time to recharge and you go right into another investigation, I mean, my wagon was dragging because it was like, I don't even know where I'm
Yeah.
at, you know?
Well, and there's also actually a spiritual vulnerability that comes with that too.
Yeah.
Because if you're constantly being inundated by spirit, then
Yeah.
you need a break from that. And I think part of that is why it got rough for a little bit.
Hmm. But this trip,
Wouldn't change it. I wouldn't change
no,
it.
no, no, no. I would never change any of it. But this trip was a lot less,
Laid back.
yeah, it was more slower paced, more touristy, which I was good with because I love looking around, you know,
No.
of
That
seeing
might be why we
everything.
call you Squirrel.
Could be,
Could be.
could be. And staying at St. Andrews the way we did, other than when I thought I got a snail or a shell, and it turned out to be there was a lot
He was still
thing in
living
it.
in it.
There was
He was
something
still
still
living in the
living in
shell.
it. Yeah. And that was, we were at St. Andrews Harbor, and I saw it was right in the middle of the driveway. It was a perfect, you know, shell.
Yeah.
I thought, well, this is cool. So I picked it up, didn't think too much
He
about
changed
it.
his zip code.
Yeah. So we ran in the rain down to St.
I
Andrews
marched your
Park.
butt down there.
Yeah. We went down there
Went
and
down by the golf course
yeah,
to the
down to the
public
golf
beach.
course, and we found a shallow spot close to the rocks so the birds wouldn't get it,
Yep.
and we let him loose. So yeah,
And from that point, it was on him.
yeah, it was on him, but we got him back into the water. He probably figured, where the hell am I, you know? So
I'm sure he did
yeah.
because that was so freaking funny. Because it was because you're sitting.
Well, I turn around because I laid the
Yes,
shell down,
and he's
and it
walking
started
away.
moving. It started
he's
moving
he's
across
putting
the
out there.
thing. I said,
Yes.
holy shit, this thing's still alive. What the hell? You said, well, let's go. We
I
got to
think we
take it
just
back
changed
to the
our
water.
ratings, but okay. Yeah.
And we
It
did.
was so funny because I'm like, just come on. Because we had to be somewhere,
Yeah.
And
And we,
so I'm like power walking down there, and you're like, well, where are we putting him? I said, we're putting him in the water, putting him by the water. And you're like, well, I got him off the asphalt. I was
yeah, I
like, he
did.
doesn't live on asphalt. He was lost. So we that was freaking hilarious
Oh, no. Yeah.
because and then you're gonna put him out on the open sand. I'm like, no, the seagulls are watching us put him down. I was just smorgasbord. So we put him over behind the sea rack stuff
Yeah.
and
Next
and
to the rocks, there was rocks
oh
overhead.
we were in a hurry because we had a reservation at Dunvegan's.
Oh, yeah. At Denver.
That's what it was.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was a good steak. But
Yes.
but we did get an umbrella. I did get an umbrella because we're halfway there and I'm like,
It's
we're
raining.
not gonna make it. We're not gonna make it. So we stopped in the world famous St. Andrews golf course store
Mm-hmm.
and the golf museum.
The historic, yeah.
Yeah, the museum. So I told David, I said, we have a golf umbrella. He was like, what
And it
did you
was
do?
a nice one. It was a
It
nice
is a
one.
nice one. It's
Mm-hmm.
two-tiered, so
Yeah.
it's fancy. But we have some of the most strange things. We go from hunting ghosts and
Saving snails.
saving snails, and I'm just like, You didn't know to look. And then you're like, well, I did look.
I
There's
did.
nobody in
I
there.
didn't see anything in there. He was tucked up
Yeah.
in there really far,
Well, there was
evidently.
asphalt. He was trying not to cook. So
Well, yeah.
I guess.
Well, the thing that got me was when I sitting down on the desk between our beds in the room, it started moving.
Yeah.
I thought, what the hell? And you go,
And
it's still alive. I said, no kidding. And then its little tentacles came out
that
and
was funny.
sticking out. And I thought, oh, Lord,
And
here
I'm
we go.
like, and then I'm like, let's
Flip him
go now.
upside down. Flip him upside
Yeah.
down.
Hold him up. Because then I'm like, don't let him fall out.
Yeah,
And, you know,
I didn't.
you didn't. That was a miracle.
Yeah.
But, and I am telling you now, don't bring those home because y'all, she has got a place in Gulf Shores now. So she is going to be doing this stuff without supervision.
Yes.
so, so she is going to be learning as she goes. This was a good lesson, though. Do not
Yes.
pick up snails and take them home. Do not
No,
pick up shells that you
shells.
can't see all the way through.
Yeah. I found that out. There was a
Yeah.
few times on some of the places that I saw, especially I grabbed this one shell and it wouldn't come up. I said, oh, something's alive.
How
I'm
big
not
was that?
forcing it up. So
How big was that shell?
it was pretty good size. So I didn't force it. I just left it sit there. It was a pretty shell. But
Yeah.
nope,
You would have had a pet, though.
yeah. So not happening. So but I did find some cool sea glass and pottery and some really unusual shells that I've never seen. The markings and stuff on it was pretty cool.
Yeah.
And I made sure there was nothing in it.
Well, see, I just picked up seashell tops when we were down in Creole because I was like, I've never seen this.
Mm-hmm.
And because with those rocks, that was a pretty rough surf. So
Mm-hmm.
there wasn't a lot that was entirely intact.
Yeah.
But
It was pretty cool though. Like I said, the
it
sea
was,
glass. I got green sea glass and I got clear sea glass and I got uh, coal. There was a chunk of coal and can't remember what else I got, but I got quite a bit. Lynn was seeing it, and then finally I started picking up, how to look, So it was fun. I had a good time. The wind was blowing really hard, so I had to pull my hair back, but that was okay.
that wind was a bear. I've got pictures where we were leaving that last morning and
Oh, jeez.
our hair is just like that. And the next pic, because mine was up. And
Yeah.
so the next picture that Rick took is of me holding your hair, trying to get to hold it behind you so we could take our picture.
Yeah.
So I did not put that one in our gallery here.
Oh, good. Thank you.
So you're welcome. But there was a lot I didn't. They didn't need it that bad.
Yeah.
But I thought that St. Andrews was so much fun. And we
Oh,
just had to leave because the kids were coming back because
yeah.
we went so late.
Mm-hmm.
But
And
I
then
didn't hate that.
the adventure I had down in the laundry room.
I forgot about that. You did not. You did not forget that.
Oh,
But
no. Because my shoes got wet, and we got back from Dunvegan's, and
yeah,
and I said, did you get an or a text message or an email or something? Is the laundry done? And you go, oh no. I said, what's the matter? It says you
error
got
message.
there's an error message. You need to open and close the door. I went, okay.
Front load.
And so you
Front
got
load
to
wash.
understand where our room is and where the
Mhm.
laundry room is.
It's a hike.
Yeah, it's a really big hike, and you got to go down about 30 steps or something up and down.
Probably more than that. I mean,
Yeah,
it's like 3
it,
stories.
it was ridiculous. I go down and he told me, said, it says to open and close the door. So I did. Whoosh, all this
Whoosh.
came out. And
It was so whoosh.
I slammed the door shut and thought, what? And I mean, my feet were soaked. Everything was soaked. And I said, I call you or text you and said, this isn't working. I open and close the door and there's water everywhere.
Everywhere.
And it's still not running. So you
Yeah.
ran down to the office and thank goodness that little girl was still
I
in.
got help.
Yeah. And
I
she
got
came
help.
down and I said, I don't know what you want me to do, but if I open that door again, the water's is going to come pouring out. She said, well, you got to get it out of there.
Yeah.
So that's when we switched everything and you started the other washer because there was 2 washers.
With a hope and a prayer.
Yeah. Thinking, please, Lord, don't let this one go bad. So I got everything
But I had to
switched
get
over.
through that so that we would be able to get it dry.
Yeah.
And just so y'all know, I don't make her do laundry. She is a laundry machine. Whether we're at St. Andrews, whether we're at the cottage at the beach,
Well,
wherever there's a
were on
washing
top
machine.
of it at the cottage because
Well,
you
yeah.
did a heck of a lot more laundry than I did.
Didn't do more.
Well,
because I will wait until the day that I'm about to leave before I do my laundry at the beach.
Well, the thing that up was we couldn't find the dryer, and it said it had a dryer.
Yeah.
It was in the shed.
Yeah.
Didn't know it was out there.
That was, guys, if you go, you have to understand that they don't do things like we do. And their appliances are not like our appliances.
But they have cool tea kettles.
They do have cool, love the tea kettles, the electric kettles.
Mm-hmm.
And, it's so easy to make your tea.
Mm-hmm.
But it is what it is. But that was a learning curve. That was a big learning curve. But we had not talked. We did. And thank God for that. Because you without getting your laundry done is like a bear with no coffee. So you do love laundry. But we have not talked about Roslyn.
Oh, okay.
And now I did get a special kind of porridge in Roslyn. So I was telling David about her.
Mm-hmm.
And David's like, a dog named Porridge?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And she's an Aussie.
Mm-hmm.
And she's cute.
Oh,
I don't think her puppy training went well that night, though, because I saw her the next morning.
Yeah.
So, just saying.
I know.
But, when we got to Roslyn, because we love Roslyn.
Oh, yeah.
And, it was, we stayed at the Chapel Cross Inn.
Yeah,
we had the best time there.
Mm-hmm.
They have, Roslyn is where they cloned the first sheep, named Dolly.
Yeah.
So they used to have a picture in the tea room, a big freaking picture in the tea room that you looked at while you ate, at the sheep with tubes going in every orifice and some new ones they made, leaned back in a chair. And I'm like, oh my God, they're showing me a dead sheep while I'm trying to eat my breakfast. So this year, they had a different center picture. Yeah. And then they had little pictures around so you're not looking at the sheep dying. Yeah. And although there is still that picture, but it's small. Yeah. And it is the most beautiful tea room. Yeah. I loved there. And they have good porridge.
Oh yeah.
But and bread. And yeah. And they also have dog snacks because everybody there takes their dog everywhere. Like you can take your dog in to eat breakfast.
Oh yeah.
I guess you could take them in across the street and eat dinner too. But so Roslyn is my favorite place to go because of dogs. But when we got there, we were just doing all kinds of stuff. When we were there last year, we could not cross the bridge over to the castle. And when we came up out of the glen, we were so disappointed.
Yeah.
But so this year, we had a good time.
It was all cleared out. They had cut everything back. It was really easy to get around.
Well, here's the picture of the path.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just so neat and clean, and
trimmed
it's
back.
always neat and clean, but this is trimmed back really well.
Mm-hmm.
And then this is a picture of the keep. This was the keep. It's like a safety feature, like, keep people from it. But look at these arches. The arches, to me, is the most interesting part of Scottish construction, because this is where the Masons originated. And so the masonry is just absolutely fantastic, gorgeous, and brilliant.
Yeah.
And so I don't know why they made these the way they did, but because you come down chapel down to here, and like the whole village of Roslyn would have used the chapel, the same one from Da Vinci Code.
Right.
And so the people from the castle would go over to church, and then they would walk back.
Yeah.
But as we go, let's see. I'm trying.
It's okay.
Oh, that's just going to be the town.
Yeah.
But there's stables and such. And there we are, back to the keep. Well, where is that?
You mean the kitchen?
No, I'm just looking for, like, operator trouble. Bear with me. But I guess I just got carried away with the cemetery, because that's where you found your people.
Yeah.
And look back there, guys. In the back of that it's all vast cleared land, and I just think that that's one of the most beautiful. I mean, I'm not a big cemetery freak, although I do think they're pretty, especially these old ones.
Yeah.
But you've got the stone wall, and then you've got space, and that's a headstone leaning against that wall. Then you go down, and there's all of these. There's a lot of families represented here, and it's just freaking amazing to walk through. And Lori found her first Patterson grave there.
Yep.
And on our first trip. And, here's another picture. Oh. Did I put the same? I did. I put the same picture twice. Dead nabbit. I guess that's just how much I like the cemeteries, guys. But I love it because this Pitlochry is an area of Roslyn, or coming out of Roslyn, and this is their welcome sign. Not sure what I thought of that, but it's fun. We chose to find it amusing.
Yeah, unusual.
And there's never an ugly place. Like, this is where we walk down to the store to get our meal deals.
Yeah.
And this is 3 residences. And look how small these stores are. They're so cute. Rick would never be able to live there. Yeah. But because those are short doors, because the Scots are short as historically. Yeah. But this is 3 residences. And I took this picture because I thought that it's a pretty classic example of how some areas of Scotland are kind of like rabbit warrens. Like if you go down into the closes and in Edinburgh, Mary King's Close specifically, everything in there is short and tight. And because the people were small, they were, the nourishment wasn't very good. The history of health wasn't very good.
Mm-hmm.
It was tough to live back then.
Mm-hmm.
So I just thought that was something that would always make me remember how special these places are.
Oh yeah.
So, well, I don't have the keep. I do have the keep. I don't have the castle. And I don't have it on this computer. So, it's the dilemma.
Yes.
Maybe I can do it here. Bear with me. Talk amongst yourselves. I'm just kidding. That it's really one of those things that we got the train out and there's a bunch of thugs there. We had the best time.
We did.
And, it was so interesting because it was fun. He couldn't walk. He's getting a knee replacement. It was really hard for him, which is why he's the one holding the camera.
Mm-hmm.
Because we could not get that picture very well. But, we're getting ready to go home. We know we're coming to the end of our trip. We're fixing to leave to go back into Edinburgh. And it was so wonderful to get the time that we had there.
Mm-hmm.
And to be able to go and
we got to talk to, the owners of, the inn, Amy and those guys. We got
Richard, yeah.
And Richard. And it was great to talk to them and catch up and see how things were going and what was going on. And it was just...
They had done a lot of renovation.
Yeah. And then they had that problem up on the roof that they weren't expecting. And
broken rafter.
Yeah.
It's a big deal when you're in a historic building like that.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, like I said, the food was amazing always.
Yeah.
There at Dolly's and the original inn, the place over there, the
place at Dolly's closes at 4. The original Roslyn Inn opens at 5. So you're not going to go hungry.
No.
But they don't infringe on each other's opportunities.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, and plus, it's family owned. I mean, so the father owns the original inn, and then the kids own the one we stayed at. So
the Chapel Cross Inn.
Chapel Cross. So it was a good time. It was, like I said, it was a little scary with Rick going up and down the stairs a few times, but
he's Superman, don't you know?
Oh, I know. That's why he says that's why he's a stuntman. Yeah.
If he didn't have those stuntman skills, oh my gosh.
Yeah, it would be bad.
It would be bad.
It would be bad.
But this is just these are little statues that they have there.
Mm-hmm.
And I just think that's really cool because let's see what happens when I do that. They've got little rabbits and stuff and little dogs and cats all over the place. They're very into their pets.
Oh, yeah.
Much more so even than we are.
Yeah.
And they just love them to death.
Oh, yeah. Most everybody that walked past Dolly's when we were in there having breakfast all had doggies. Mm-hmm. All sizes and shapes and,
But all cute.
Yeah, they were all pretty cute.
Yeah. So when we left, we went back to Edinburgh for a night, and we only had one night left. And we went and met our friend who's the director of monuments in Edinburgh.
Yeah.
And he and his wife had theater tickets, but they were having dinner at the same place we invited them to come meet us at.
Yeah.
So we got dinner reservations there too, and we saw them after dinner before they left.
Yeah.
And, it was just so cool. But one of the things that people have been asking me about, and I'm going to share this. This is Author's Seat. And this is the place that is so iconic in Edinburgh. It is historic, it's fascinating, and it had a wildfire. It was a pretty big wildfire. As you can see, that's a huge mountain. And so I got this picture because I knew people were interested in that. So probably it's the first time you've ever seen Author's Seat without stuff on it. So, but you climbed up, or did you climb up there that first year?
No.
No. But I just think that maybe when some of the char is gone, it might be fun to go and try that. Rick thinks that we couldn't do it, but Rick always tells us.
Oh, yeah.
And we can kick his butt, so it's all good. So, but this is a picture I took because I thought it was so cool. And I like interesting things like that little man back there. But I just thought it's one of those weird things that you'll see in Edinburgh.
Yeah.
There's all kinds of little art displays, little put things together thing, and I just thought that was beautiful. And then this is across the street from our hotel. This is the Balmoral Hotel. It's right next to Waverly Station.
Yeah.
And the clock is always how fast, Lori?
5 minutes fast.
5 minutes fast. And why is that, Lori?
So you won't be late for your train.
Yes. And because people rely on the train system there, and it's right next to the big station. You can get anywhere from Waverly.
Oh, yeah. And from Waverly Station.
Yeah. If you can't get there, you don't need to go. So I just wanted to share that because I think that we had a great trip.
Oh, I think so too. Had some interesting things happen, but overall, it went well for us.
Well, and we are going to do this again with Rick because let me tell you, he is fantastic at this, but we're going to give him time to rest that leg.
Yeah.
But we're going to get him before the surgery. I think the day of surgery would be a lot of fun, but he won't like that.
No.
So he will be,
a nervous wreck.
It's a big surgery.
Well, it is. I mean, replacement of his knee, yeah. But he's ready. He's definitely ready.
He is so ready. There's no fear. There's just determination at this point. And I'm so proud of him. Yeah. Now, I'm going to show this because I found it fascinating, and we've got a couple of minutes left.
Okay.
They won't fly across the Atlantic. I don't know what was going on, but they wouldn't take us across the Atlantic. Maybe our first plane scared them. So they took us the Arctic route.
Yeah.
We flew over Iceland and Greenland and all the lands, and then we came over
Canada.
Yeah, we came into Quebec. But like I said, I opened my window. This is what I saw. Looks like a village, doesn't it? It is not. This is an ice flow, and the individual things are icebergs too. And so all of these are icebergs put together or living together. And these are the ones that are rogue and are broken off. And as we flew over this and I'm looking at it, I'm like, well, now I know why there were icebergs for the Titanic to hit. I mean, look how many there are. And then with this, you can see the colors. Yeah, they're reflecting the color of the water. And some of them actually they have the color behind them. And I think that's where they're starting to dissipate, maybe. I'm not sure. I'm going to be researching that because I find it interesting. But that's a lot of cold.
Oh,
and
yeah.
Then when we flew over some more, because I was following this on my little flight tracker, and these are all mountains back there in the back. I mean,
Yeah.
the I cannot even imagine being that cold.
Yeah.
I mean, really. But I thought that even though it's so rugged and so rough and so, some would say, uninviting, I
Mm-hmm.
think that's some of the most beautiful scenery I've ever seen.
Mm-hmm.
And I just wanted to share that because, like I said, I've never seen an iceberg. I don't think most of us have.
Right.
But I
It's
just
pretty
thought
cool.
it is cool.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a good way to end our trip because we weren't having to be cold to be part of it. We got to be warm and toasty and looking at it, which is
Yes.
my favorite way to look at cold things.
Yes.
But so I really am glad that you could join me, Lori, because I don't know anybody that I would rather travel with. I think
Well,
that
right
it's,
back at you. You know, we
and
bounce
you have
off
had
each other.
some, yeah. And well, you know, you're in charge of snacks and I'm in charge of making sure that we know something to do. Right. So,
True.
but, and I'm really proud of you because y'all, Lori is taking possession of her new condo. She's going to be in Gulf Shores too. And she did this all by herself. And I can't tell you how proud I am of my friend
I'm
because
pretty
she
happy.
is kicking butt and taking names. Just don't kick mine. So,
No, that's
but
not. But
that would be fun to watch. But so I look forward to hearing about you getting down there and getting all your stuff grooving. And for everybody listening, thank you so much. We will be talking more Scotland with Rick McCallum when he gets here. And you know, be blessed. I know that I was on a tear earlier, and I know that I don't normally do that. So I think it matters though. So we will talk to you next time, same cat channel. Carl, thank you for doing everything that you do, and be blessed.